Hello and welcome to this lecture. So today in this lecture we are going to discuss about the staircase. We will see how we design the staircase. So this is the content that we are going to discuss in this lecture. So first, talking about the staircase, how one can define staircase. Staircase is basically a component that we generally provide in the building for vertical circulation, and it can be defined in many ways. For example, in this case, a staircase is a system of steps by which people and objects may pass from one level of building to another. And the staircase, generally it is consisting two main component. One is the landing and the second one is the flight. So in this photo you can see this is basically the flight and this is basically the resting area, which we generally call as landing. So generally we provide landing and steps in the stair for the vertical circulation. So by arranging them differently, we can have different types of staircase. So now if we talk about the staircase terminology, because there are some terms that we are generally, that we generally use in the staircase design. So first we will try to understand what are those terminology. For example, uh, the tread, nosing, going, or going is also known as the tread. Similarly, the rise or riser, waist slab thickness. So all these things we will discuss one by one. So first we will talk about the tread. Tread is also known as going of steps. So sometimes we represent this by T or G. So all are same. So T or G, both are same. So tread is basically a horizontal part of a step where the foot rests. So in this case also this one is the tread, and tread is basically a horizontal distance of tread minus the nosing. So in the tread there are two terms. One is like in this case you can see tread will be measured up to this one, and this part is basically the nosing. So what is nosing? We will see that in the next slide. Now talking about the next term, that is rise or riser. Now riser is basically a vertical distance between two consecutive treads. So here you can see one tread and the second tread. So vertical distance between them is known as riser. And basically riser is the vertical portion of the steps. Now, if we talk about the basic values of riser and tread, so generally they vary because they varies as depending on the types of staircase used in various types of building. For example, if we use staircase in commercial building, then in that case tread and riser may be different. For example, if we use or construct staircase in case of residential building, in that case the value may be different. So as such, IS code has not given any standards for that, but in the as per British code, there are some guidelines for setting the riser and tread or going. Similarly, there are some standards for minimum width of stair. Similarly, what should be the height of handrail that we generally use on the stair. So there are some minimum value or some standard value that is as per IS. Not IS, it is as per British standard code, which we generally follow in the practice. So in this case, you can see rise value for private houses, the minimum value can be 100, maximum value can be 220. Similarly, if we talk about the public places, there the minimum riser can be 100 and maximum value can be between 190. Similarly, for the tread also, the value is given here, minimum to maximum value is given here. Similarly, the pitch is basically the angle of flight of stair. So that generally we represent as theta. So that theta is also have some limitation. So in case of private stair, maximum theta that we can apply in the staircase is 41.5 degrees. Similarly, in public stair, generally it should not exceed from 38 degree. And in case of assembly building, it should not increase from the 33 degree. Now, when we adopt the riser and tread, generally we see this, we use this relation. Tread, or I mean T or G plus 2 times of R, it should be between 550 to 700 mm. So whatever value we adopt for tread and riser, this according to this relation, it should be, sorry, it should be between 550 to 700 mm. Similarly, for in case of hospitals, the minimum clear width of stair is generally 1200 mm. So all these things we will see in this figure. So you can see this is the minimum width, this is the width basically, and this part is basically the going of staircase and also known as the flight. Similarly, we provide handrail on the side of staircase, and on the one end, it is provided as a well. Like in this case, you can see this part is called the well, and on the other hand, uh, this part is known as, I mean, there we provide handrail. Now talking about the nosing. Nosing is basically, as you can see, this is the extended part of the tread. So sometimes we provide, uh, I mean, we extend the tread to provide more space or for aesthetic purpose. And this projection is basically known as the nosing. And many times what we do is, like in this detailing, you can see this upper portion is basically a marble. So nosing is formed in the form of marble. So in that case, you can see that this is the extension part of the marble, and this part is known as the nosing. Similarly, the flight is basically, it is basically a series of steps provided between two landings. So this, all flights are provided between two landings, one landing and the second landing. So between this part is basically the flight. And sometimes we represent this as G. And what is landing? Landing is basically this area where one can rest. So landing is a horizontal slab provided between two flights. So here you can see one flight and the second flight. So in between them, we have provided this landing. Okay. So this is how we provide. So generally we provide between two flights. It is generally provided every 12 steps for comfort in climbing. Landing is also provided when there is a change in the direction of the stairs. So generally, we provide landing at every 12 steps, or if there is a change in the direction of the stairs, then also we provide landing. Then talking about the next term, that is waist or waist slab. So generally, you can see here, the steps are there, and this bottom portion, this is basically a slab, and this slab is known as waist slab. And then talking about the winder is not in this figure, but winder are basically the tapered steps. Generally, in some exceptional cases, we provide tapered steps uh, when there is a space constraint. So in that case, winders we are being provided. I will show you that in the next to next slide. So, but as far as possible, we should avoid providing winders. Then the next term is the soffit. Now, soffit is basically the bottom line of the steps, I mean the stair. So this part is known as the soffit. So you can see bottom surface of the stair is slab. I mean bottom surface of stair slab is called the soffit. So like in this case, this bottom surface will be known as soffit. Then the next term that we generally use is headroom. Now headroom is basically the vertical distance of a line connecting the nosing of all treads and the soffit. So for example, in this case, if we talk about this stair, and above this, there will also be a stair. So at each, I mean, if we are standing at any tread, then the vertical distance from every threads, this vertical distance, it is basically called the headroom. And there are some limitation for this headroom also. And as per some standards, the headroom, I mean, the minimum value of headroom should be 2 meter. Similarly, now we will see the types of steps. So generally, we have three types of steps that we generally use in the staircase. So first step is when we provide steps on an inclined slab. So in general case or in the conventional cases, generally there is an inclined slab, and on that inclined slab, we provide steps. So those steps may be of brick or it may be of concrete, and they generally look like this. So in that case, you can see this one is the base slab, and on this, these are the steps. So this is basically a conventional way of providing staircase. Now, there are some different, some other combination also, like the tread riser steps. In this, base slab is missing, and they look like this. So in this, you can see this is tread and this is the riser. So tread riser combination. In this combination, you can see the base slab is missing. So this is again another type. Then the third type is isolated slab. Sorry, steps. In this, steps are not connected with each other. So in these two cases, you can see these steps are connected with each other, like in this case also. But when we talk about the third case, that is isolated steps, in that steps are not connected. Okay. So this is the third type steps, which is isolated steps. So now we will continue our discussion in the next part. Thank you.